you're riding in your flivver and you pass a lady fair, whistle. Yoo-hoo! If she turns around and greets you with a very frigid air and goes, get away,
Get away,
get away.
get away.
If you're wise, you'll take the air. For the cops are on your trail and you'll be breaking rocks in jail for going.
Come on, give him the works.
Nice sweet out and sweet. Aha! Well,
Well, Your Honor, you see, it was this way.
She's Marcy Totty all the time and she came from St. Louis town all alone. Doodle-doo, do-ya-do, do-ya doodly-doo, do-ya-do. Beep-boop, biddy-biddy-bidoo. Do-ya, 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 do. Do-ya, do-ya, do. That's all.
And a one fish, two fish, and a one fish, two fish, and a one fish, two fish. And I'm not hearing myself. And I'm not hearing myself. I probably don't have the right headphone selector or something. Probably don't have the right headphone selector or something. There it goes. All right. There it goes. All right. I hear stuff. I can hear stuff. Where are we? Yo, Charles. I hear stuff. I can hear stuff. Where are we? Yo, Charles. Okay, sound check is good. I think I got the thing sorted out with the YouTube messaging. Okay. Oh, let's turn that off. I didn't realize that when I changed the password for the bot on Twitch, because I couldn't remember what it was when I logged in, it then made it so that StreamerBot couldn't log in. So I think StreamerBot can log in now to the Twitch bot. All these things called bots. So anyhow, I think if I type in YouTube, hello Twitch, we should see it over in Twitch. Here, let me bring Twitch up so we can kind of keep an eye on it. And I do see Charles posted over there. I only see Charles once. And there we go. Hello Twitch. So I think I got this working again. I'm going to do a little bit of stream maintenance right at the beginning here. I believe I do have the Napsmore command set up, so it does shout outs, and not actually a Twitch shout out, but it does send messages to Twitch and YouTube. So if we check this out, Napsmore. Okay, so I finally got my head around that little part. So what we're going to do is we're going to update a couple of the messages. We're going to run over to StreamerBot and we're going to get rid of them. So I'm going to start with you, Charles. We're going to update the Charles command. So let's go over to Streamlabs CloudBot. You're doing multiple things right now, but you've got the volume up. All right, thanks. Appreciate it, man. In that case, I'll hold off on shouting people out, or here, let's do this. We're going to go to Streamlabs. I've been meaning to want to get away from Streamlabs, but I've just been too lazy to move all of my commands. But now I think I can do this to StreamerBot. So here I got to log in with my Twitch account. This is the way I do it. It had to access my Twitch account anyhow in order to do stuff. So that's the real reason why we go ahead and let it have access to my Twitch. All right. Terms of service has changed. I'll explore on my own. It's trying to get me to do stuff. No, go away. I'm totally going to just get disconnected from trying to do sticky stuff. CloudBot's off. All right, CloudBot's back on. I don't know, is CloudBot working? Let me check. All right, CloudBot is still working. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this message here, come over here. So we're going to go to commands, custom, add a command. Where did all my commands go? What do you mean I don't have any commands? It's right there. Am I in the right thing? CloudBot commands. I don't have any commands. And yet, am I even logged in? Let me make sure. Let me log out, log in. What if I'm going to log out, leave site, log in with my Twitch. Okay, CloudBot commands. How strange. How did I log in? What account did I log in with? That's the real thing. You know what? I may have accidentally logged in with the bot account. Let me just check again. Log in with Twitch. I wish it would let me. You know what? I'm probably logging in with the bot account because I logged in with the bot account. So you know what? Let's do this in the let's do this on Firefox. Because I haven't logged in with this on Firefox. So you know what? I'm gonna do it later. Or no, let's do it with Edge. Here, I'm gonna put that over there. Sorry. So I'm gonna try to move a couple commands out of Streamlabs over to the StreamerBot, and then we'll get on. My plans for today is just to work on kind of roughing out some future projects with Marvelous Designer. So that's what's on tap. Stream Labs. Log in with Twitch. So this browser should, there we go, that looks better. All right. CloudBot, commands. Oh, happy, happy, joy, joy. All right, found it. So let's move the Charles command over first. First things first. Now that I know what I'm doing, you get to be the first one migrated. So we'll just take this, Control C. We'll just run over here to StreamerBot. We'll get the StreamerBot up and running. Get StreamerBot over here. That's not StreamerBot, is it? This is StreamerBot. There's StreamerBot. We will come over to Actions and Queues. Actions. CES. So we're going to add a couple of sub actions here. I need to move the over to fourth low and then link it to your Twitch account, and you can allow people to get some. Oh yeah, I should do that. I haven't been lazy. It's not like I sell a lot, but I'll do that. I'll do that. That's a good idea. And now what am I looking for? I'm going to add recent sub actions. Nope, add. We're going to add a Twitch sub action. I think it's under, is it under channel? Send help. That's, there's an action for sending messages to Twitch chat. Let's see if we can figure out where it is. Charity. You know what I have in the Napsmore command? I should look at that. Send announcement. Send message to channel. There we go. Yay. And we'll say okay. And then we got to do this one for, and then we have to add one for YouTube. Add YouTube. Send message to channel. And you put that there. Oh no, YouTube has got a limit of only 200 characters. I'm going to have to figure out how to make this shorter. So freaking lame. Here I can lose 5 there. I still have to lose 4 more. And his cool shop at, there we go. I'm going to rephrase that. I'm still listing your Twitch channel, even though you don't use it. So here, we'll do, and then we'll say okay to that, and let's see how this works. So what I should do is since I still have Streamlabs hooked in, we should get your message twice. So one of it should be from Streamlabs. Okay, so there we got one from Streamlabs. And then we got the one from my bots. So let's kill the Streamlabs now. So back over to here, close. And you know what? I'm just going to trash that. Confirm. Now when we run it, it should only happen once. There we go. I think did it happen once or did it happen twice? I saw it twice because I'm seeing both chats. All right, I think we're good. All right. That's our fun with commands today. I have moved one command. Yay. Progress. If I do want to stream, we will eventually get all of this stuff moved over. And I probably have a bunch of commands I can just get rid of that are not being used in Streamlabs anymore. Anyhow, let's put StreamerBot over there. Let's make some stuff in Marvelous Designer. I started one of the little black dresses. Let's bring up the every now and then I make a list of projects, planning projects. So that's what we were working on. I did start this dress. And I'm going to do a version of this dress. Although I don't know. Now that I'm working on this will probably LBD. I might end up just making that the LBD for 2026. Little black dress. I think maybe we'll do a little bit of work on the trench coat. We'll do a little bit of work on the short dress. And I'm going to maybe do a little bit of work on the pirate outfit, is what I'm thinking. So we'll try that. That's the plan for today. For the next hour and 40 minutes. So we'll be working mostly more Marvelous Designer today. I'm going to bring up that dress that I started, which is over here. Where'd it go? It's underneath this one. I'm going to see if I can find a nice silk material to put on here to get it to drape a little bit better. And then we'll work on getting the tie on the back done. I kind of blocked this out the other day, so we've got the major parts kind of set up. It's just a matter of tweaking, adjusting that in the back, and then setting up the surfaces. If I get that done fast, we might drop this into Daz. Let me see if my Daz is working. Daz has been acting flaky today. I'm going to see if it's going to make me cry. I've been loading in stuff and it's been crashing. At first, I thought it just might be it was broken because I didn't update. So I went ahead and updated. Bye bye, 3D Light. It's been nice knowing you, sucker. Where are we at? Here we go. Is that going to crash? See, it's been doing that. Let me see if I can get this to... I have a thought which might make it... I've been playing with this and it's been flaky on and off. I think maybe if I get something loaded in first. And then the external library might. Let's see if this crashes it again. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Nope, it's not working now. Dang it. That's going to be, this has become kind of inconvenient. You know, it does work. I have a PA build. So I can kind of use this. So we might work out of the published artist version for today. It's like the normal one mostly, except it has some extra tools. I just heard a weird noise. And I'm not sure what that was from. I might be hearing things. Anyhow, can I load in my this might work. All right. I'm going to put you away. We'll come back to that later. I think Marvelous Designer's loaded up, so we'll get it going. As is always flaky. Yeah, but it's even more flaky when I load something and it crashes. That is not a happy thing. Fortunately, I do have an extra version of DAS that seems to be working. And it was happening in the old version, and I thought maybe I would update it, but it's still happening. So I'm not sure what's kicking the problem off. I keep thinking it might have something to do with too many libraries. Because certain libraries seem to be fine, other libraries not so much. It's like if I use my main DAS library, I haven't had it do that. But if I go to one of my connected ones, it seems to have a problem with some of them. And it's inconsistent. That's the annoying part. Because I was using it and it crashed, and I updated it, and then it was working, and then it crashed. Oh, that's my phone. What kind of noise did I put for that? That's a text message alert noise. I did not even realize I had that noise. I'll have to look into maybe using something else that doesn't sound like something just broke. Here, let's do file, open, project. Let's see where we were. I was in dresses. This is the dress with no name because I wasn't sure what to call it. I think I'm just going to call this LBD 26. I want to put a silk on here to get it to drape a little bit more. This is kind of where we are. I'm going to tweak this a little bit. We still have to add fabric settings and stuff. So let's do, and so I'm going to see if we have a silk custom property I can use here. There used to be a nice silk. but I can't find it anymore. Once upon a time. So what I'm kind of looking for is something that looks really, I don't know, let's try that. And here we'll turn on our sim. And that doesn't seem to make a difference. So we'll move along. Twill, seersucker, nope, ripstop, poplin. I'm wondering if I can get those settings. From an old version and bring it over. I think I'm going to try that. And then maybe I can add that to the then maybe we can add that to here. You know what? I'm going to save this. I'm going to open up the copy of Marvel's Designer that I keep around from 24, because that one doesn't have, that one actually works in a weird way, works a little bit better than the most recent version. they broke some stuff. Yeah, we're skipping you. I want to keep my 0.119 version just in case they break stuff again. Marvel's Designer 2024. I will give Marvel's Designer credit for keeping easy access to old versions available on their website. That is kind of sweet. Also, the fact you can have multiple versions installed, that's kind of convenient. Unlike some other program that we all use that we can grouse about. All right, I'm just going to put a sheet in here. I want to just give this and I'm going to save this as a garment, and I'm going to call this a silk sample if I can. Let me see if we can find. See these? These are a little different. I wonder where these live. And I wonder if I can hook these in to what they're using now. Right here, silk. You know, the silk knit jersey is like the loosest fabric they have. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to come over here and I'm just going to copy that, see if I can dump it into the folder for the new ones. And then, so did I copy that? You know, I'm going to copy all of these. I should just copy the whole kit and caboodle. I can't do that from here though. I'll just copy the silk jersey for now. That's an idea. Cancel that. Let's save this as a garment with, and I'm going to call this silk sheet. And I'll try to spell silk properly. What a novel idea. And we'll just do this. Save as garment. Silk sheet. Chris, I need a new brain. Oh no. I was putting together a new character yesterday and spent 2 hours trying to get some hair to work on Genesis 9 and couldn't get the materials to show up. And then after 2 hours, you remembered you have to use the newer version of Daz. Oh no. I'm sorry, dude. So the bad news is it doesn't get any better. Okay, I'm going to go back to the other Daz and see if we can get this silk material in here and if it'll work right. But you like the older version still, right? All right, we're loading Marvel's Designer. It says 2025. They must not have updated. I thought they did update since December. We'll do recent because that dress with no name is right there. All right, let me see if we can just drop this in to this directory here. If I do that, can I just paste this? Can I not paste? Control V. No, it won't let me paste. Damn you. You're using 2421 most of the time. I have 2224, but you also have the others before. Yeah, I know. I get it. ZFab. Let's try. You know what? Let's do. I have to go to Explorer for this. Okay, so there are those. So where was the other one? Is that still on? That wouldn't be on my clipboard, would it? So didn't I paste you? I did not. Okay, there's somewhere. So maybe if we come here, open path, maybe I can just drag and drop. You know, let me see if I can. I'm just going to do. And am I doing an open in here? And this is a save as. Let's cancel you. All right, let's try this and see if it shows up in the list. It doesn't show up in the list. I might need to do a refresh or something, but if I do. Did that work? I've got stuff in the way. If you're chatting, I can't see. Yeah, it just doesn't recognize the old. And these are all ZFAB files. Maybe I just have to relaunch it to get it to see it. I kind of want these to pull over a little bit further like that. I think it's got the settings I want in here. I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to rework that. So what I'm going to do is, well, you know what? Is that a cut and a sew? That is a cut and a sew. I didn't want to do that. Isn't a cut and a sew. Never mind. That kind of looked like a sew to me. I'm just going to pull that straight across like that. Then I'm going to do a cut. I'm going to delete those. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Then I'm going to just extend this, and we're going to do a little bit of reworking on the back there to convert these into a thing. And you I don't need over there. Get rid of you. I probably don't need that. Let's turn that off. All right, let's come in here. We're going to extend this pattern outline. Say 200. Let's say I want it kind of long. Kind of like that. Say okay. That might be too long. We're going to just do I need to draw a line through here, don't I? You do a good old cut and sew there. What I'm going to do is then we'll put another one right here. I'm going to do a good old cut and sew on that. I'm going to space this stuff out a little bit so I can then sew these together. So I want to sew that to that. Actually, what I'm going to do we're going to put a little thin strip in there. And then we're going to use that to hold this to that and that to that. And that way we can delete the thin strip out and then these become untied. I remember how to do this, sure. That says 55. I can't drive. There we go. I'm going to put that one there. And we'll put this one over here. We'll take both of these. We'll just bring them around to the back so it's a little easier to work with. And I'm just going to sew this to this, that to that, and this to this, and that. They're going backwards. I got to do them the other way. This goes to here, I think. And then this goes to here, I want to say. And then we'll see how this goes. And then I'm going to put elastic on there to kind of get it to bunch up a little nicer. That is too long, isn't it? I'm moving too fast. I think that's good. Okay, then I'm going to just put elastic. You know, I'm just going to put elastic on these. Not that I can select them. And we'll crunch them down. Let's say maybe 30. And that way it'll kind of look like it's bunched up as a little knot in there. It's gotten a little... Maybe I should make that a little smaller. I think we'll take that in a couple of steps. We'll bring this in 2 notches. We'll bring the other side in 2 notches. Oh no, they're still linked. Yay. That way it's kind of a fake knot. I'm going to strengthen these just to make them... And well, let's see if I can get that to sim. With the strengthening, it's not happy. Maybe we can strengthen these two. These are still a little unhappy, aren't they? So unhappy they crawled into each other. Let me see if I can get those flipped around. Also, it'd be nice if they didn't clip each other. Just saying. Okay, I'm going to grab a few of these and see if we can just twist that. And then I'm going to try the same thing here. See if we can twist that so that they lay with the normals on the backside. Oh, everything. You know what I haven't done yet? Control A. Let's come over here. Let's make everything quads. All right, it stopped. Well, it thinks about it, I think. Yep, there it is, thinking. I think I can't, I think I can't, I think I can't, I think I can't. Still thinking. Oh, it's so close. We're back, yay. I didn't want that. You know what, we'll do the pin box. I'll just kind of grab those. And then what I'm going to try to do, what I want to do is this edge, this should be this edge. I kind of want to get I don't know, let's do the sim. Let's select that. And then what I'm just going to do is I'm going to try to just bring that around. Like so. And then we'll see if we can maybe not. Maybe we go the other way. So put that back. Let's head this way instead. See if I can get this to just come over. There we go. That's kind of what I want. It probably won't stay that way when we undo it. It might because it's up against the back. So if I delete, you know what, I'm going to leave that pin in there and then we'll come over here. Do this other side. And I'll see if I can get it twisted over. So I think I want this edge. So we want to kind of maybe go this way. Kind of like that. If I could just get this relaxed a little bit more like that. I think that looks good. And then we could delete the pins. I like that. That works better for me. I got a little bugaboo in there though, don't I? That it just doesn't want to give up on. There we go. All right, I think that'll be fine. How are we looking over here? Yeah, you are totally. You keep trying to slide off. What I need to do is I need to get this so that this is actually pulling down. So we have to take a little bit out in here somehow. I think what it is we just we'll take this bottom edge here and run it up a bit. See, that's all right. Let me see what we have here. Do I have elastic on that? I do. What if we make it, and it gives me some interesting creases too, as an extra bonus. What I could, I think that's good. What if I put a little bit of elastic? I think I got some on here right now. Maybe just make you a little tighter. I think that might be it. I think I can live with that. All right, let's chop this up. That seems to be rolling under itself or something weird. Oh, you know, it's because I got the elastic on there, isn't it? Oh, you keep rolling underneath that. You know what it is? It's probably this fine edge here. Let's make this not come to such a fine edge. I want to just put a point in here, bring that up, and that way we don't have that really weird shape going on in there, I think. So I'm just going to put a split point there. Let's try that again. I don't even know what I clicked on. Pattern outlines. It's not liking that. Are you my problem? Oh, you're my problem. Now can I, yeah. Um, delete all curve points. I'm going to take this and line it up in here. Then I'm just going to sew this over to the other side. All right, let's see if this helps that settle down some. Still not happy. Let me see if we can do that to get it from clipping, and then we'll undo that. And that's relaxing a little better. Tug you back over there. Okay, you're gonna be skirt. Actually, you'll call you, yeah, I'm gonna call it top, waist, and skirt. You look like you're, oh, no, you're just rolling over. That's fine. What is my offset on these, though? I do have here, let's make that a little more of an offset on those. And I'll do the same thing with these. My waist isn't straight. I think we're doing fine, except you just keep sliding over, don't you? You don't like me very much. We'll try this. All right, let's hit save. Let's start setting up materials here. I was in the middle of calling that skirt. I should just call it dress lower and dress upper because it's not actually skirt. So we'll say dress for everything. And we'll just copy this and we'll just change this. This will be dress upper. Upper. Let's try upper. Let's copy that. Lower. Lower trim. Upper trim. Waist. Strap ends. And strap attachments. Those will be the little things that we're going to turn invisible. Okay, we're going to add I'm thinking, do I want strap trim? I think I will. I think I'm going to put strap trim too. Strap. Actually, and let's just call you straps then. Or straps. Yeah, let's say straps. Straps trim. Let's add an S to this so it's consistent. Strap attachments. All right, so now we'll start setting up our trim zones. So I'm going to put trim there, 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 and there. We'll do an offset in this internal line. Let's just go with the default 5 should work. Say okay to that. Let it do its ting. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that's easier to right click and cut and sew all of that. Put it back up. All right, I am almost. This one's going kind of easy. We're going to do a little. I'm going to put a little thicker edge on this, and that'll be the hem. Actually, and then I don't need a. There isn't a trim on the bottom. We're just going to have a hem. Offset is internal line. Let's make that 35. Maybe 50, and I can put a cool pattern in it. Although by default it'll be black. That's what I'm thinking. It's still thinking about it. Are you still thinking? It's still thinking. It's done thinking. Cut and sew. That's good. We can start assigning things over here. Oh, you're not supposed to be there. You go over there. It's still cutting and sewing. Okay, dress lower trim is going to become dress lower hem. I could just say hem. I'm going to say, actually, yeah, we'll just say hem. We can also select it from here. Also, let's go ahead and color this stuff up. Let's do that. The coloring thing. Wah, wah, wah. All right. There's the waist. Those are the dress upper. And I've got you and you. Those are the upper trims. You didn't seem to become upper trim though, did you? You've got the waist done. I want to call these. We'll set that all the strap trim to start with. Dang it. These are the attachments. And we're going to call those straps. So this will become LBD 26 file. So I'm going to do a file save as project LBD 26. I think tomorrow we'll work in Blender on making accessories. I think I'm going to make a pearl choker and some pearl bracelets and do a pair of heels on that. I'm thinking open toe something. You know, there was a picture. I don't like I'm I'm not gonna lie, I don't like those shoes. They're almost like if you look at them close, they look like clean room shoes if you're familiar with those, the booties, because it's got this elastic that goes all the way around here that kind of tightens up on the foot. Of course, you're looking at like a boomer doing fashion advice. I like something more like this on the other one though. Although maybe I'll do something like this. This has got a sling back, and maybe I'll do an open toe sling back. And I like the really thin heels on that. They kind of flare out a little bit on the bottom. And so I think we'll do that. We'll put a little buckle on the side of the sling back. Maybe somewhere in there. A little open toe. Sarah says she really likes dark dress. Wouldn't even have to make a Sarah more for it. Well, that's nice. I wasn't thinking about doing a shorter morph on this though, but because it's a kind of, but we're good. We're good. I think I'm ready to. Let's get this fitted to the other figures. We'll export it out, and then we'll maybe see if I can just get it thrown on a something in Daz, and move on to maybe pirate outfit a little bit. The trench coat, basically what I got to do in the trench coat is I think it's refit it and then set it up to attach a belt. I think that's the plan for that one. We'll circle back to that. Although that's a sooner than later project. It's just this one caught my fancy, so I'm moving ahead with this. All right, did I do a save? I think everything is set up. Let's just double check and make sure. Control A. Quad optimized. Oh, let's do the UVs. All right, let me line this up. This square is kind of awkward. I think what we'll do is we'll pull these down into here, and we'll take these elements and put them off into like these areas here. This is still going to be a really inefficient, unless I want to do it on 2 maps, but I don't really need to do this on 2 maps. Oh, you know what? You know what I probably should do is just rotate those and kind of offset stack them or something. And then put this up into the blank space. We'll do that. So for right now, I'm going to move these out of the way. And we're going to take the waist and we'll put it up here for now. I'm going to snug all of this because these are supposed to be kind of like a single piece. And then we'll snug that down to here. And then I'm going to pull one out of the way because when I rotate it, they're both going to rotate. And then we'll bring it back. So I'm going to kind of snug that in there. It's maybe center those up. Then all of this stuff can just fit into this spot in here. And I'm going to move these down closer to here. Let's take a quick peek and see if I'm getting into a square that's like this is in the corner of that's kind of what I'm shooting for. It went away. I accidentally closed it. There, it's back. All right, reset the 2D arrangement. Fit the 1-1. So that's pretty close. I can probably snug all of this down a little bit, and then this will probably, the idea is to get this part so it's sort of in that corner. So we're a little loose. Although if I separate these off, I can move these together. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I will just take these and not have them attached. Then I can bring this into here, and I could probably snug it up a little bit further. Which program am I in? I can't switch. Arg. I'm not seeing my tabs for this. Did I not, oh, there it is. Okay, now I'm seeing the tabs. So let's do this. I'm going to put them like this because this is kind of where they attach to each other. And then also I'm going to take these, rotate them, and we'll put them in the middle of that because these are attached. So I'm going to line you up. Hello, McFly. I don't know my own strength when it comes to zooming sometimes. There we go. Set that up like that. Can I evenly space these out? There's a tool for evenly spacing. I'm going to try that. Where would you hide that? Can I just right click and align and distribute or something? Distribute horizontally. Okay. I like that. It just looks neater. It has no real useful purpose other than that. You know what? Let's center you up on the, too bad there's not actual ways to, I have no idea where I am. Too bad I can't just go into something and type in a number and have it go exactly where I want it. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? All right, getting there. Getting him nice and pretty. UVs. Half the time I click on something, nothing happens. And are we inside under that? We are under those points. All right, so that's probably as efficient as I'm going to get it and still leave it laid out nicely. I don't think the Packmaster could get it packed any better than that. There might be a way to do it. I would have to like flip these around so that these came down in here a little bit. But I like this better because it's easier to select the parts. Never mind. All right, back to the UV editor. Reset and fit is okay. See, it would be nice if I could just select all of this and then put it at 0.5. I wonder, is there actually a number? I tend to not to use these things. Maybe there's something in here. UV area, tile. What are you? You know, something. Move UV. What about you? I'm looking for something that would have a number. That would kind of be like the center of this, and I'm not seeing something like that. And it would be nice then I could type in 0.5 and it would go right in the middle. Anyhow, let's hit save on this. Okay, now we're ready to fit. So let's get you fitted over to our base avatar. We'll just right click, add to workspace, load as a morph target, say okay. That didn't work. That's because I loaded in the wrong thing. Incompatible. Okay, fine. Oh, there it is. That's what I want right there. Let's click on that again, because that's just the way we're working today, I guess. Load as a morph target. Say okay. Sit here and wait for it to change shape. Oh, there's a brand new button. What do you do, buddy? I'm waiting for you can just barely see the simulation still running in the background. When that stops, we should be done. I think we're done. There, now we're done. Okay. All right, back to the 2D pattern. We're going to select everything. We're going to select everything. File, export, OBJ selected. I need a place to save all of this. So here we go. Let's do that. All right, we're going to run over to the projects. We'll come into templates. 1125, probably good enough. We don't need a data folder. I do need people, I do need runtime, and I do want templates. So we'll copy all of that and we'll run over here to the dresses. This is currently sitting in dresses, but I don't have dresses. Dresses. And maybe I won't call this LBD only. Let's go shopping at Dash just to double check. LBD Lola baby doll, little black dress, TN little black dress. There's another little black dress. Maybe we'll call it something else. This is the point at which I want to do that before I actually start creating directories. All right, let's ask ChatGTP. Willie's not here. We should be safe. What can I help you with? Trendy names for a little black dress for 2026. Let's see, do we see anything? 0 hour bold main character vibe, fem frequency. Velvet Whisper, Moonlight, Eclipse. There's probably something called Eclipse. I like Eclipse though. Where's Daz? $17 results. Domino Eclipse. There's an Eclipse outfit. All right, so we're not going to use Eclipse. Neo Noir. That sounds like it's already been done. Black Dahlia. Oh, let's try Dahlia. Let's see what comes up with that. If it's just a character, maybe we'll call it Black Dahlia. Dahlia for Genesis. Dahlia. These are characters. Dahlia latex outfit. Maybe if I say LBD Dahlia dress. Dahlia LBD. I think maybe we do that. Maybe just call it Black Dahlia. Black Dahlia is a famous noir case from way back. I'm pretty sure silhouettes. Yeah, I'm gonna Google what the Black Dahlia was. I kind of remember it was this murder case, right? From I want to say like the 30s or so. Black Dahlia, 1947. Found and murdered in Leimert Park. Case become highly publicized owing to the gruesome nature of the crime. You know what? Maybe I won't say Black Dahlia. let's see what our other options are. Maybe Dark Siren. Oops, I keep missing. I'm sure Siren. I can't even spell Siren anymore. How do we spell Siren again? Siren. Got it. Okay. See, there's a Dark Siren even. There's a Siren. Yeah, I was thinking maybe Dark Siren, but what's a 0 hour? Maybe a 0 hour Blackline. You know what? Maybe I'll just call it Blackline. That may be unique ropes. I'm not going to click on that. I'm thinking we're going with Blackline. I'll just do that Blackline dress. That doesn't really mean anything to me, but I don't know. Is there after hours? Probably. Leather chairs. X Fashion after hours suit. Yeah, I think I'll just go with Blackline. So anyhow, back over into here. New folder. And do I have this? All right, I've lost my templates. Let's go back and get them. Dingity ding it. Yeah, you were in here, and I need you guys. And we'll come over here. And we'll add our whip folder in here. And I think I'm saving black line. Black line dress G9. There we go. Should be fine. That's looking good. Let's save you. File save as project. We'll go ahead and stick it in the whip folder here too. All right, we'll go back to the LBD project. Wait till you see. Uh-oh. Is it on your Discord or mine? Or you have to message it to me. Yeah, we're just gonna open this. All right, I want to export this object out before you go too far. This will become the feminine shape. Export OBJ selected. Yo, Napsmore. It's a new item. It's going to be the little black dress for 26. And we're going to call it Black Line. I kind of started it a couple days ago. And then maybe I'm going to work a little bit in maybe starting to set up a kind of a pirate outfit. Although my pirate outfit is starting to look a lot like my rogue. Maybe I'll do a skirt with boots. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to do a vest. It could probably be a rogue outfit too. Maybe laces up the side. There we go. The Napsmore command works. it now properly sends out messages to both Twitch and YouTube. What are we doing? I'm lost. I'm saving a file. I'm exporting. That's right. I'm exporting a file to dresses. I'm saving something. I'm saving an OBJ. Didn't I just save an OBJ? I probably opened something up and confused it. That's right. Dresses. Black line. Whip. I did not. Where the frick did I save that? Control V. Black line. G9. Fem. Oh, I didn't save the others in OBJ. Damn it. Anyhow, we'll do that. Thin, welded, in meters. Okay. All right, let's fit this to Genesis 8. So we're going to load this shape in as a morph target. Say okay. Let the magic happen. Someday the magic will happen. Ideally, it'll be today. Did you not load in? Are you still thinking? Oh, wait, there it goes. There it goes. I think that's good. Alrighty, let's save that file. Save as project. You know what? We're going to move LBD over into the black line dress. Or actually, that's still... Yeah. Let's do that. Into the whip folder. Did that work? You know what? Also, I'm going to clean things up. We'll put dress with no name over there. When I started this, I had no idea what I was going to call it. So the first file is dress with no name. Okay, then we're going to save black line G8 female right here. And we'll export. Oh, I hate you, Marvelous Desire. Dresses, black line, whip. All right, you're going to be G8 female. Save that. Yes. Okay. All right, let's go reopen up the G9 base version and export that out, which I forgot to do. Select that. File. Export OBJ selected. And this will be base. And yes is good to go. All right, I think we're fine. I'm gonna just set this off to the side. Let's see if we can. Let me see if I can rig this in Daz or if it's gonna break. Daz is being weird. I'm gonna see if I can crash Daz right away. All right, let's come in here. Let's link up the directory. Actually, I'm going to break Daz. Are you breaking? Yep, Daz broke. You know what? I'm going to use the publisher build. We'll switch over to the publisher build, and we'll work with this. And I'll come in here, and I'll hook up that directory. Am I in the right? I'm in the right thing. Content data directory, Daz, add, projects, dresses, black line, select folder, accept. Okay, should be good. Sort of good. There it is, black line. Yeah, except of course it's the directory management system's looking weird. Let's just accept that again and see if it refreshes properly now. That's better. We'll rename that. Okay, let's import. That one right there. Do I have my import options in here? I don't. Anyhow, that's correct. I think that's going to be okay. I don't know. For some reason, this just looks different than what I'm used to. All right, let's select this and put a D-force modifier on it right off the bat just to make sure we're in a good shape here. And we'll just, hopefully the whole thing will just kind of relax out and not explode. It's running kind of slow. I'm going to lower the resolution and export it out again. I was trying to do it at 5. Let's go back to 10, which I normally use. And then we'll file export OBJ selected and I'll override that. And yada, yada, yada. So we're going to delete you and then we'll reload in this one. Oh, you can see the big difference in the file size, 7.7 megs versus 1.9. It's still probably okay. All right, let's select address. Let's put D-force on it and let's activate this. That's probably a usable setting. Did not explode, did not vanish, so we can kind of work with this one. Wait a minute, is something coming in? Oh, no, that's just a... I saw this weird thing going on here, and it's just the bounding box. At first, I thought I had an unsewn seam, or an unwelded seam in there, but it seems fine. We're good. Clear that. All right, we'll run the transfer tool. Use the Genesis 9. Use the dress. We'll use a long loose template and accept that. I don't know, do I have my scripts in here? I don't. I gotta load my scripts in. Here, let's launch you and let's not crash you this time. Okay, so the script I want is that one right there. Where are you? CC Cox Base Shader 2. I'll use my little search function here. You're in Chris's dad stuff. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going to hide this for a second. I'm going to take the content library because I don't know what's in Chris's DAS stuff. We'll take the content library over to screen 2 for a second while we go look at Chris's DAS stuff. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for Chris's super secret shader, CC base shader. So I'm just going to right click on that and create a custom action and accept that. And it's going to say, okay. And while I'm in there, let's take a look at what else I want to get over in here. I want a copy of that. Shader default, no modifications. So let's find that. No modifications memorized. That's also somewhere in my... Oh, but I've got an exclamation point because I'm clever that way. Yeah, there you are. I see you now. All right, so I'm going to create a custom action from that as well. Excellent. We'll come over here to surfaces. We'll start cleaning this dress up and save it out. I probably have to clean up all the garbage off of these names, so jump over here to the geometry editor, tool settings, and we'll get in here and just clean out this and this and so on and so forth. Upper trim, waist, attachments. There's these thin little strips that are holding the tie and the back together. When we want to untie this, we will delete them. And then straps trim. All right, is good. There, let's select all of these. All right, we'll apply Chris's generic shader to all of that. Is good. We'll put D-force on it. We'll come over here and make a couple of bend stiffness, always 0.1 for me. I think I'm also going to stiffen the waist up even further to kind of act as an anchor. And we're going to set the attachments to not self-collide. Also, we're going to make them invisible. What did I just say? The waist. Let's make the waist maybe 0.5. What if I just shrink everything? Just a hair. Let's set the whole thing to 95 on the contraction. All right, let's test this out. Are you my... Nope. Yep, there you are. You know, the contraction took all the wrinkles out. We're not going to do that. At least it did on the top. It doesn't... So we'll just get rid of that. I might just put it on the waistband. Put that back to 100. Let's see how that goes. I think I'm going to stiffen the waistband up a bit. So I add a little bit of contraction to that, and it might... It's a little dynamic right now. I may just make it completely not dynamic for the waistband. That's also an option, just so it anchors everything in place. And maybe we put a little contraction on the trim. So if I just take you off to 0. And we'll put a little contraction on the top trim. It's actually just called trim because there's an upper trim. Let's do that. And let's add a little bit of and that might accent. So these edges are getting a little smaller. You know what, that might be okay. And if I have to make those stiffer if it keeps falling out, although I can probably just tweak the contraction to help keep those from sliding off the boobs. The chest. Anyhow, I think that's going to be good for now. It's probably a good start. What else do I need to do? We need to do a couple other things. Edit geometry, convert to sub D. Edit geometry, add a smoothing modifier. Now with the smoothing modifier, I want to set the shape, the smoothing type to generic instead of base shape matching. That tries to smooth it to this current shape. This is just kind of a generic. So using D-force, this shape won't necessarily be like this after you're on a simulation, as you can kind of see. And so I think the generic works better for D-forced items that are going to be changing shape somewhat. I think we're good. I think this is ready to be saved. I'm going to go clean up some morphs in here, though. We'll come into actor and we'll take a look at these. You know, these are all good, actually. Here, let's go into edit mode, though. Set presentation. Do I get my colors in here? Yay, my colors are still here. Also, we'll set the property group on these. I'm just going to say adjustment. It's just easier that way. And let's clean up the names of these. We might not keep all of these. Some of these we'll probably delete out later, but right now I'm just going to clean them all up since we're here. What do we got? I didn't get to the pirate outfit, did I? Oh well. Maybe we'll look a little on pirate outfit on Thursday. Or trench coat. Maybe trench coat. I still haven't quite decided. My initial thoughts on the pirate outfit, I realized, are looking an awful lot like the rogue outfit. So I'm going to maybe rethink my vision on that. I haven't quite decided on pants. I want to kind of want to go with pants instead of a skirt. We'll have a sash. Maybe a corset or bodice or big belt with a sash. Somewhere I'm going to have a sword. Maybe a pistol. But the more I do, the longer it takes. Loosen ankles. That one we're definitely going to delete. I wonder if it actually does anything. It actually does something. Anyhow, these are all good to go. Let's save you. Dum. Black line G9 base. Let's take that base off of there. Let's let's do a little bit of I'm gonna do the scene identifier. I've been cleaning these up. So that's probably good. You're gonna be, actually it should say dress, right? we'll do that. Black line dress G9. Except that, oh, there we go. Changes that. Let's do this. Let's run over to projects. People, Genesis 9, clothing, me, black line dress, and we'll just save it right there. I think that's good. Dun 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 dun. Vendors me. Project will be black line dress. Black line dress. You are a dress. You are for Genesis 9. We will accept that. All right. I think I'm gonna stop on this right here for the day. So we have a few minutes, like 12 minutes. So I'm just gonna, can I just hit save and get out of this? I'm just gonna do file new. And I'm gonna think what I want to do. I want to take a look at my barmaid outfit and see what I did there. And also I think I'm gonna take the, I'm gonna use the part of the boots maybe from the Wild Fang. Those are, I think those lace up the front. So these aren't going to lace up. I'm going to make them with a bigger cuff, I think, for the pirate boots. Although, maybe, wouldn't it be, no, I don't, that's overly complicated. I'm still kind of want to go with pants, but I just did pants with the Rogue outfit. I was thinking of doing some sort of tube top when I realized it was the same thing I was doing with the Rogue outfit. So maybe we'll do, is it, did I say bar made? So maybe I'm going to do kind of a loose shirt. Maybe something like that without the ruffles. And we'll put a vest on it. And a similar, I think I call that a corset. I don't know. I'll get the proper name for it. I don't think that's actually a corset. And I'm going to match that with pants and a sash. And I think maybe we come down to the, or do I want to do gloves? Either we run it long, and also I think I'm going to make it more fabricy, more flouncy. And do off the shoulders of the vest. If I do off the shoulders of the vest, I definitely don't want a ruffle. Because I want the vest to go over that in a ruffle, and a vest won't play nice. And maybe we'll do the long sleeves. And maybe I do ruffled sleeves with no gloves. That actually makes it a little easier. And then we'll just do pants. And do I want to do lacing on the sides of the side pants? Maybe I'll put lacing on the sides of the pants. And I'm thinking of doing a double row of buttons on the front. So maybe we start with this. I'm going to rework that to just be straight across. Maybe we can add a little bit more fabric. So let's go dig this up and see what I can pirate out of that. Arg. Let's go find you and see if I can give it more billowy fabric. And we'll start from there. So let me see if I can find Fantasy Barmaid. If we can find this Fantasy Barmaid, and then I'll save that into a, do I have a pirate folder? If not, we'll make one. Chris does not have a pirate folder. Chris needs a pirate folder. Arg. Avasti Scarvy Dogs. New folder. Pirates. And we'll put something in here. I'll need a name for this. We'll chat GTP it later. In the meantime, I just want to take a quick look at this and then we'll call it a day and raid out. Find somebody to go hang out with. So in here, this is probably in fantasy. Where are my projects? We'll do that. Let's see if I stuck the barmaid in the fantasy folder. I did not. Maybe you're in dresses. Maybe I can just I have a pretty good search engine here. Let's use you. Barmaid. Fantasy Barmaid G9 zip. App data. Nope. DAS submissions. There's the DAS submission for it there. Those are promo picks. Those are, where are you? Dresses barmaid. There it is. Let's sort by name. Barmaid. See, it's got a little hyphen on it, which means I crippled it so Daz couldn't find it anymore. Yay, I get ZBrush folders. I'll probably start with this one. That looks like it's the maybe, yeah, let's take a look at here. Oh, and that's gonna launch another. Damn it. I keep forgetting if I do this, it launches another instance of Marvelous Designer. Instead of the empty one I had sitting there waiting for it. Although I think I will steal the pants from. Okay, so we're not going to use this skirt. I'm going to rework this to just be straight across. I think I'm actually going to redraw this. Although this is probably a good place to start. But it's all trimmed out, so I want to remove a lot of the trimming. So I guess I can just re-weld or something. And we're not going to keep the ruffles. And so let me do a file. Save as project. And we'll stick this over in the pirate folder. I'll just put this right here for now. I'll say Pirate 26. I'm going to rename that. It'll become Corsair or Sea Dog or something like that. Okay, so we're going to leave that over there. Let me do I'm going to open up the Night Veil, and we're going to just swipe the pants and use that as a starting point for the pants here. And then maybe I'll swing over to Wild Fang and steal the boots. So let's say open project. So we're going to run over to fantasy. And so let's pop into Wild Fang really quick and see if I've got boots. I do have boots. There we go. I'm going to just take a copy of those and we'll put it over in the pirate folder. And then let's pop over to the Night Veil. And let's look for, probably in the whip folder, that right there. I'm going to save the pants as a garment. And then we'll bring that in. And then I can also, I think I've got a belt saved as a garment as well. So I'm going to call that just, that's a nice starting point for just tight pants. Although what I might do is maybe we make them a little more billowy so they billow out of the boots. I haven't quite decided. Anyhow, let's save you as a garment. Save as garment selected. Tight pants. Chris, going to get up and fix you some dinner. All right, hey, catch you later, buddy. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Everybody, CS Bond has left the building. There we go. There's my shoutouts. Hopefully you guys only saw it once. We have officially moved a command from Streamlabs to StreamerBot. We have one down. Dozens and dozens of more to go. So someday I will stop using Streamlabs completely. Streamlabs was easy to get into streaming initially, and then I learned OBS, and Streamlabs seems mildly sleazy. Tight pants, and I'm going to say Night Veil on this, just so I know where it came from. Should be good. Let's go back to the pirate outfit for today. It should be recent, right? Pirate 26. I've got a minute. And let's see if we can get those pants in here. File, add, garment. And there, we're going to take the tight pants. Get those in here. And let's go get the, go get a belt. I think I have one of those saved as a garment as well. Oops, cancel that. File. Add garment. Belt. My belt's backwards though. We'll flip it around and make sure to not use it backwards anymore. Anyhow, there's our belt. Anyhow, so we're starting a pirate outfit. I think we're going to make these sleeves longer. And we're going to take these ruffles and put them out here on the cuffs. I'm going to give myself more fabric in here, and we're going to reshape that. I'm going to add a sash that'll run across the bottom of the of that, more on the hips. Tricone hat, maybe a good pirate hat. I'm not sure exactly what kind I'm going to do. Do I want maybe a pirate queen necklace? Maybe. And maybe, and we're just going to have big cuffed boots, and maybe make the pants looser so that they bunch at the cuffs, or maybe leave them like this, and possibly run some big laces or something up the sides. I think I am going to double button these, so we're going to rework this stuff a bit so that maybe there'll be a flap with 2 rows of buttons, but I'll go look into that. Anyhow, this is where we're going to leave off, the very beginning of a pirate outfit, and we have made progress on the little black dress, which we're going to call Blackline. Anyhow, so y'all, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Let's find somebody to raid. If you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, I appreciate you. Like and subscribe. That would be awesome. You know what? I'm going to put the content library, actually, Let's move the content library to someplace safe. And then bring it back. There we go. And let's find somebody on Twitch to go hang out with. You know who I'm not following is Bronto Zaver. So maybe we'll do that. I can drop them a follow, and they've been hanging out with some of the other art friends. And I see Blux is over there, and Zim rated them. So let's do that. Somebody who I'm not actually following, but I think we'll go check out anyhow. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this. Oh, by the way, if you haven't joined the Discord already, feel free to join. And feel free to purchase my stuff at Daz. There we go. I will be back tomorrow, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not sure if we'll be working on this, the pirate outfit, or something else. I'm trying to get motivated for the next round of new projects, and as of early middle last week, I only had one project in mind, and I was working on it. Anywho, yeah, let's do this. Let's go raid out. Thank you all for being here. I hope all my American friends have got a good President's Day going on. Maybe you're getting a day off to go out and buy TVs and stuff because you can get those President's Day sales. Every day is now President's Day with Amazon, though. But what am I doing? So let's do this. I'm gonna do the raid, and we'll do that. Did that start? Oh, and feel free to copy the appropriate raid call for your sub level if you can join the raid and you're on Twitch here. And if you're a sub, you get to use the sub raid. And I think we're good to go. Alrighty, thank you all. I hope you have a good rest of Monday or Tuesday for those of you on the happy side of the planet. Hasta la vista, baby.